I recently did a video where I made a ring out of nail stuff, right? And it inspired me to do nails to match it. This is the little ring that I did. And I actually did a little bit different on both sides. And of course, every time you do these things, you get more inspired for different colors. So I made this one. I love it. All I did was use the same colors, believe it or not. And I just added black underneath. So I put all the colors over black. And that is going to be when I'm going to fashion this set of nails. Whenever I am filing, especially when I'm doing clients and whatnot, I always wear a mask. When I do the video, sometimes if I'm just doing a little bit of filing, I make sure that I have a fan that's off. You can't see it amongst here, but I have a fan right here, and it blows the fine dust and the dust away from my breathing zone. But when I'm an educator, trying to be a good representative, wear your mask when you're filing, especially if you don't have that fan. Okay. So I am going to buff up these nails, prepare them, remove all the stuff on here to prepare them for this set. Now, I'm going to do a collection of different things, meaning some are going to be solid, some are going to be more black, some are going to be see-through. So I'm going to use a bit of different mediums as well, meaning acrylic, gel, and the sparkles. So I'm starting with just trimming down these nails. They're pretty short. I'm going to go longer because I want a lot of nail estate to be able to present or show off and showcase the design. This one I'm going to do clear underneath, so I want it a little bit more shorter because I don't want much nail underneath it. And one more step, I'm just going to go over the whole thing with a mandrel. This helps buff the natural nail, which is very little in there actually. There's a thin layer of product in almost all of these nails. Very little natural nail is exposed, just near the cuticle there. I do want to make note, the reason why I am leaving it on is because one of them I'm going to be a little bit more thinner, but the rest I do because I'm going to use a lot of black as a base. And I don't want to put black directly onto my nail plate. So it's nice that I have a thin layer of product here to protect that. Just because it's really hard to get off and it can really stain. Okay, so I'm going to build this set like I would a client rather than a video. And the difference is, when I do a video, I might be just doing one finger, and I'll do it complete because it's just quicker. But this time I'm going to actually build all the base on all of the fingers, and then so on and so on and so on. Because once you get the glitter going back and forth, if you don't want any glitter on one nail yet, you might cross-contaminate because the brush is dirty with glitter. Okay, so I'm going to use my hard gel. Hard gel, builder gel, sculpting gel, structure gel, all means the same thing, hard gel basically. Okay, so I might move this for a sec. Okay, and I'm just going to form this. I'm going to make them kind of long, as I said before. I want lots of nail estate on there so I can make this nice design. And I'm going to make this one kind of, my imagination is kind of clear with the hard gel. I'm going to move these for a sec because when I do the acrylic, I need these. But right now, I need this one. Looks so funny, so short. Okay, so now I just, oh, there's a little bit of glitter in there from my ring in the bristles. I want the glitter, but not quite yet. So I'm just going to make sure that I probably got some in my dish too. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of gel. I always paint a little thin layer of gel on because gel likes to stick to gel, uncured gel that is. And if you paint a thin layer of whatever gel that you're building with on first, it'll find it when you put the next layer on and it sticks to itself. So it's good to put a little thin layer down first. And it's not as important on the free edge, but that's more applicable to the nail bed area. See that nice thin layer? Now I'm going to try something I've never tried before. I'm going to try to thread black through it. So I'm just going to lay down this on some parts of it. See how gel sticks to itself? See that? So I'm going to pull it through and I'm going to extend it with that lump right there. Now I'm going to get some black gel here. I'm going to put it there. Like I say, I haven't done this before, so I just want a thread of black gel in here.
That's nice, I like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to kind of create that kind of smoky swirls. Do you know what I mean? I have to look at it though. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. I like that, but I just think that's a little thick there, and I want to pull that through. Oh, I think I'm just gonna, because if I don't, it might change to where I don't want it. So I'm just gonna do it. So after I cure it, I like to take the form off so I can see the design a bit better without the form. Because when these clear designs, you can really see. Now I have to be careful because it's not super thick because I did a very thin layer. So I want to make sure when I take this off, I'm not going to rip off right at the stress point there. Well, I think that's kind of cool. I really don't think I want to mess with that. What do you think, Cameraman? Do you like that?
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I like doing it as a single, too, with just the one.
Single? Oh, right, yeah.
The one swoop. That was pretty elegant.
Yeah, that's really pretty. Preparing the other ones now for acrylic. So I'm going to put my prep on first. You know, I think I might do that thumbnail all gel. Okay. And now I'm going to put my bond on. Prep and bond or adhesion for acrylic. And again, I don't have to put it on the whole nail because most of this does have a very thin layer of acrylic on. Now this is where I'm going to use a lot of black, I think, in the base. I really want that dimension. Let's take a look at that ring again. See, look at the dimension of the ring. Can you see that? It's really dimensional. So I want to make sure, and I did the layer of the black, then I did the gel, then I did glitter, then I did another gel, then I did another layer of glitter, then I did another gel. So I got that by building that dimension. So I really want to create that with this as well. So I need a form. So I'm going to build a very thin layer of black acrylic. This may be new for some of you. I'm going to build this French old school, which means the free edge first. Going to put that down there. It's a very hard angle to build it on this angle, but what you do is you build that French line first. You build your smile line first, as opposed to building the nail bed first. We did this for years. Oh my goodness, I must have done it for 30 years until somebody decided to build the nail plate first. Now, we didn't think of it because we just didn't stop and let it cure and then shape it. We just did it all in one for speed, and we just weren't really thinking. This is the, like I say, the old school way. It's much, much harder, especially with black. It's kind of crazy to attempt it. But it doesn't have to be super accurate because I'm putting the jewel, the glitters on after this. And I already have some of the nail plate on there. It's not built up with the wall like you'd build it like today, how they do the French, but I'm going to try to make this quite thin because I want a really nice layer of glitter in there. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm not going to get super picky about that French line because, like I say, I'm adding glitter there. I think this went under the nail. That's why I'm combating that a bit. It's not completely perfect there because I think it slipped under. But I do want to build it. I'm just comparing it with the pinky here. Just a tad bit longer. But again, I'm not going too thick. And of course, as a nail gets longer near the end, it gets thinner and thinner. But I don't want it to be too thick because I'm going to put a lot of product in there for that dimension. Okay, so that's my French design. And as the thumb, I mean, we don't really see the thumb that much in photos, so I sometimes don't even, like I do it, because you do see it in the background a little bit, but we could, well, Cameraman, if you have time, we could do this one with the gel and do the one streak of black that you liked. Want to do that?
I don't know. I'm pretty busy.
Focusing and sound check and lighting and... Yeah, you're not just sitting over there, are you? Just watching it.
No, I'm not.
Like just watching what I'm doing, so enthralled about what I'm going to do next. It doesn't, you don't really...
Tell you what, I can't wait.
We're going to do the gel. And as you can see, there's product on here. Product sticks to product, right? So for that extra adhesion, though, I'm going to use my bridge because it's an adhesion between products, which is kind of good. So if you're using two different products like Hypergel and gel, you can use bridge in between to bond the two. So I am going to put bridge on there and massage it into the product. Let's pretend this is natural nail, right? And we just have to give it a nuke. Now, because it's a thumb, I kind of hold the machine up like that and put your thumb in that way rather than putting it on sideways. Just, I mean, it's not so crucial for something like this because you don't have any product that's floating to the side. Okay, so I'm just gonna get that. Remember that little base of gel we're gonna do? Just putting a thin layer, a base of gel, because gel loves to stick to gel. So if you put a base layer of gel on, your next layer of gel will find it and it will stick to it. Okay, now I'm going to build it a bit, get a much bigger blob, and put my blob right on there. Now I'm just going to leave that blob, and I'm just putting a little bit of black gel on my brush here, and I'm going to pull it through that part. It's kind of neat. And I'm gonna, it's still wet gel, I haven't cured it yet, so I'm gonna get another blob and start building the rest of it. I want to attach gel to gel. Move quite slowly with gel. Gel doesn't like to be rushed. the more you rush it, the more bubbles it gets, the more padding, the more movements, the more bubbles it gets. So just move nice and slow. Don't rush it. It likes that. And I don't know how I'm going to pull this one up. I'll just... It's very thin. It's very thready. What do you think, Cameraman?
Oh, yeah, looking great.
You like those lines, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you had a moment there to pay attention.
Oh, I'm watching
To
every
my design.
zoomed in crazy close.
Okay, I'm going to turn it upside down a little bit. If that's a trick you don't know about the gel, you just turn it upside down a little bit because gel likes to self-level, and no nails want to be self-leveled. They don't want to be level. You need to have that roundness. So by holding it upside down, you can take advantage of the self-leveling properties, and it sort of comes to a, not a point, but kind of comes to that upside down U arch that we're looking for. That's beauty. Look at that. Okay. Now, whatever isn't working in here, because this is a design, whatever isn't working as far as the arch goes, this is a design I've got in here, and I don't want to mess with it. So on that note, I'll just add any gel if I need to. So just going to let that give a little bit of arch that it's flowing in there. Push it this way a little bit, maybe this way. Ooh, that looks so good. Okay, nuke it. I want to make sure that I nuke it before it changes. Okay. Interesting. I want to do more to it, but I don't know if I'm going to ruin it. So I'm going to take a chance and ruin it.
Dun, dun, dun.
I can always wipe it off if we don't like it.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
We can do that with gel because gel just sits there. It won't cure until you tell it to, right? So, okay, so I'm just going to ignore what I've done there. I'm just going to put this blob of gel on here and just give it the arch where I feel like it's missing. Just grabbing another blob. Not building this as one nail, that's why it's such a mess, because I'm trying to figure this thread thing out. I think I want to add a little bit more. I'm just trying something new here. I'm gonna have to clean this little guy. Yeah, I'm trying to get that black to streak through. Hence a tiny brush here. You like that?
Oh.
See that?
Sure.
What do you mean, sure? That's not a very...
Just trying to be agreeable.
That's...
Like the way this goes right inside.
That's what I like that too.
Kind
It's
of
very
gets
cool.
wrapped in there.
Yeah. Okay, well, see, this one's kind of bending now. I don't like that one. Sort of wiping it off on there. Oh, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
But when I shape it, I wonder if it'll go away. Okay, I'm getting a new cat. I didn't put any glitter in that one. I think we won't put any glitter in that one. That was an experiment one. Just experimenting with the streaks. I mean, you'd be so lucky if you get a client that wants to just wait while you experiment on stuff like this because, and if you have that kind of time, I mean, we often don't get that kind of time during the day. We're just clients back to back, back to back. But if you're just kind of messing around and if maybe it's a girlfriend and you're working on a day off or a Sunday or an evening or you've got the time for the appointment, maybe somebody didn't show up, then you can play with these kinds of things. Okay, so let's go back. I don't want to take the form off of this because there's not much stuck onto it. It's not really on the nail. It's just sitting up against it. So that's why I'm not taking the form off. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do, remember I said I'm going to just get a little bit of pink, I think, and put it on this one because I just want to get, now we can get the glitter. That's what I was doing. We can bring the glitter out now. Okay, ready, cameraman? We're going to get the glitter.
All right.
Okay, I've got a collection. Oh, it's going to be a little hard to do with these. Let me just take the take the form off the thumb so it's a little easier to do. That's kind of cool. I don't think I shortened the thumb. I think I forgot the thumbnail, you know? I didn't even it out or anything. Okay, so right now I'm going to just put a bunch of sparklies on here and we're going to add all the sparkles. So remember, this is our inspiration. So these are all the glitters that I used inside that ring. So we'll just put a bunch of them on here and then we can start piling them in the nail. I'm going to form my index finger. Now my index finger is got a very high hyponychium in it. I rarely cut forms, but in this case, it does make it a little easier because in this particular design, if the form falls at all, because of the hyponychium, because it can't get close enough, it might cause a bit of a step in level and it just ruins the design. So this one, I'm just going to cut, and look how much I'm going to cut. It's the tiniest, tiniest bit. I know this finger of mine very well, and it is very tiny, but it is very pointy. And literally, that's all I have to really take out of there. The tiniest, tiniest amount. It just helps it slide in there just a little bit better and sit a little closer so the design doesn't get ruined. See that? I can just get it right in there. Oh, I should take that ring off first. Take the inspiration off there. There we go. Nice little snug fit. Now we're ready to add some glitters. Okay, actually I think I want the clear, so I'm just gonna get the clear. I might not use the pink so much, although the pink is quite clear. Okay, so I really kind of want this index finger loaded with glitter. That was what I had in my mind, so we'll see what it turns out like. Okay, so I'm gonna do a clear acrylic here. But what am I going to do? I love doing this. I am getting a little bead of acrylic, just a little bit. Then I'm going to dip it into the glitters. And then, this is what I do sometimes. You can put them straight down, but sometimes I kind of twist them on. I twist my brush. And then I'm going to, ooh, isn't that pretty? Those are beautiful colors. I often gravitate toward blues and cool colors, but lately I'm really liking these warm tones. Okay, so that's pretty striking. I love that right near the cuticle like that. Okay, so I'm just going to keep building this nail out. And again, I am looking for that dimension, right? Clear acrylic beads. And then I dip into this colors. And I roll it on. You don't have to roll it on. That's just something I do. See how I'm getting into a whole new color? Getting a little bit orangier now. I'm going to push it down here a little bit. Okay, let's get another bead. Let's get some lighter. This isn't quite as dainty a glitter, but let's try it over here. I'm going to try to keep some lightness over here so I can keep these dimensions. Now bear with me, I am building all these nails upside down, so it's a bit of a different angle. I don't normally do that. It's just because the camera's been working on myself. Okay, so now, ooh, I don't know if I don't want to forget about that red. Let's try that kind of deep red near the end. Remember, little tiny bead, because I'm getting the rest of the monomer soaking it up, because this glitter is not acrylic, right? So I'm gonna roll that in. There's no grit there. It's like there's nothing buffed up there and there's no product. So it's just sitting on the form. I'm going for that long almond, that kind of signature shape of mine that I love so much. Sort of a cross between an almond and a stiletto. I'm just going to put some monomer on there, and I'm going to pick up some of these chunky, well, the monomer is still wet there. That glitter piece is still wet. I just want to get some of these chunky ones in there. I like these little tiny ones in there too. Those are sometimes my favorite. I love working with the glitter and the sparkle. I'm going to take it up in here too. It's not wet there still anymore, but I just have to take, it gets exciting. Okay, so I just sort of have to decide composition-wise if I like that. Let me just get a look. It's awfully pretty. Okay. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. I'm gonna let it harden a little bit and see if I like it, because if you do too much, you can ruin it. Okay, now I'm gonna go over to the French one here. Now I'm gonna admit that the French line isn't perfect. Remember, I knew that going in, and I think it seeped into the natural nail a little bit and it's kind of caused this. So I'm gonna work with my imperfections. And I'm going to use that to be the heavy side of the glitter. So I'm going to go down that side with the glitter, and I'm just going to pile it in there to cover up that boo-boo. So it's not really my great mind. It's just covering up mistakes I'm really good at. That's maybe my better talent. Okay. So I'm going to go in with, I really do like this orange and gold, and I'm going to roll that bead right in there. And I'm just going to bring it up in there. I really like that for a base. I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to get some more of the glitter in there. A little bit of a deeper tone in there. And then I'm going to bring in some more of these guys and just stick them in that. See how that bounces right off of that black. That is the beauty. I am loving that. Really pretty, isn't it? I thought I was going to put some pink on my nail plate, but there's enough there. I think I'm going to go up in there a little bit and come down with a little more stronger color over here. So like in a hook fashion, coming over the cuticle and then over on the other side a little bit. And it gives me a chance to pop in any big gem that I want to stick in there, or little ones. Sometimes I even get so picky and seek a color, like a red one as opposed to a gold one, just whatever, how picky you want to get. That's looking pretty good. Just get another look. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, the question is, I think I'm going to bring just a little bit more down here. So because this is dried acrylic, it's cured. It's not wet, nothing's going to stick to it anymore. So I'm just going to take a little bit of monomer, and I'm just going to paint down here a little, because I think I just want to bring the monomer now. Some of it I'm going to file, but I'm going to bring this red down over here. Yeah, that's quite pretty. Yep, that's pretty. Okay, so just fine tuning. I see a little bit over here, an empty space, and I'm just gonna get that. Put a little bit of monomer so something sticks. I'm gonna do the red. Okay, that's looking pretty nice. I am liking that a lot. Okay, so this guy here, I don't think I should put much there, should I? It's got to tie in though. I got to bring a little bit in there. So it is gel. Okay, I'm just going to get a thin layer, not too much, of the gel. I don't think I'll go over the whole thing with glitter, that is, but I am going to go over the whole thing because I don't really know where I'm going to put it. The good news is if I don't like it, I can just wipe it off. So don't panic if it doesn't look good. I'm going to maybe go lighter so that it's not too strong and so we can still see that in there. How's that? It's not a bad idea. Look at that. So then I don't ruin the swirls. What do you think, Cameraman?
I like it.
Yeah. It still has the, you know, the glitter in there. I'm not ruining it yet. Trying to get those tiny glitters in there. Let me get, oh yeah. Okay, that works. I think I should leave that alone before I ruin it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed, I don't think this one is long enough. Do you see that? I think it's shorter. I think it's shorter.
Oh.
Oh, not by much. No, just a tiny bit. Okay, I'm going to have to make it just a tad longer because it might bug me, especially in the photos. And the photos are forever. They're up there forever. So, but this is going to be in photos forever. So I am going to take another bead, get a little bead of acrylic, dip it in the orange, maybe a little bit in the gold, and then just roll a nice little bead on the end there. I may file some of it off if it's too long, but at least it'll be there. Just going to get myself just a thin layer. It's that sticky layer that I'm going to get the glitter to stick to. I'm just going to paint it on the whole thing here. I do want the gel pretty much to stick everywhere on this. This was the idea. I just wanted a base of black just to give it that dark, just like the ring. Okay, actually I do need the same brush. All the brushes I have around here, and I don't have a spare to use. What I do sometimes is I get very organized and think I'll use one brush separately for glitter. And then I do, and then I grab it to use it without the glitter, and then I mix them up, and then I'm nowhere near ahead. I've just wasted 2 brushes now. So if you're organized enough to do that, that's fantastic. Go for it. Okay, so now I'm going to just pick up some glitter. I think I'm going to start the cuticle with the gold. And I'm literally just going to tap in, just like I did the ring, where I want. I do want the whole thing covered, so it's going to be kind of all over. I don't think there's going to be any typical, like here I have quite a pattern, but this is just going to be solid glitter, I think. Okay, so before I send this into the nuker, I am going to top coat this one with a layer of gel to encase that whole design before I nuke it. And probably the index finger too, right? Okay, I'm gonna cure it. Then I'm gonna put another layer on that pinky. We're almost there. Okay. Oh yes, I still have to do the index. That's looking good. Okay, I'm just going to take this off just because it's nice to take a form off. Feels good. I went a little crazy on the end there. Look at that. Okay, so I am going to put a big dollop on this one and this one. And I think we'll just leave the thumb plain, do you think, Cameraman?
Seems pretty plain.
Does seem plain after all this stuff, isn't it? Okay, I'll think about it.
Reveals anyway.
No, the thumb's kind of tucked away. You don't get to see it. Sometimes I get bummed. Well, sometimes we take a separate picture.
Yeah.
If it turns out really good,
yeah.
we'll give it a little showcase there. Okay, and I do have to build this one out because if you look at this one, see this one sideways? You can see there needs to be a whole blob of product here. See how thin it is? Look at it this way. If I turn it this way, you can see. Okay, so let me put some dollops on here. Let me just go for it. Yeah, actually, that's pretty good. I'm just going to nuke these. I'll give that a nuke. Okay, I think that's looking really pretty. Okay, I'm just going to put everything away and start filing them up. Okay. Oh my. Okay, this is the fun part. Well, it's all fun, but this is exciting.
You can take your mask off.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, I'm going to use alcohol. Now, sometimes when you use alcohol, it can sort of leave like a film on there. And if you don't let it dry, it can some top coats might pit. So just when you remove it, the goal is to get rid of that dust and get it out of the cuticle. And then just make sure you're dry before you put your top coat on. Okay. I'll get the tube so I can hold it nice and steady and still. Okay, now just looking at these like a matte, like a frost, they look pretty cool. So they might look really good with a matte top coat too.
Yeah, I like it.
It's quite pretty.
Especially the blackish clear one there.
This one?
Yeah.
Well, let's just top coat that one right now. I don't know, I'm gonna have to get a look at it. Okay. Oh, look at that, eh?
Well, the sparkle sure comes out.
Yeah, it was a good choice just doing minimal sparkles so we didn't take away from the swirl. That looks cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, you got to have it glossy to see those
Yeah.
sparkles.
And matte is just a totally
They're
different
like
kind of look, which is
stars
cool too.
Just dancing there.
So pretty. I like it. Okay. Wow. Oh my goodness. That just pops, eh? Look at that. So pretty. Yeah. I like the black under there, actually.
Yeah.
The solid black.
Yeah, it looks great.
That turned
Nice
out
contrast.
really good. I wasn't sure about the line it caused here because it's a thinner part, but it actually looks really good. I am just loving these warm colors. Oh, those are stunning. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
The pinky might be my favorite.
Oh, weird. Okay.
I don't know. I really like it.
Okay, hang on. I just got to nuke it. It's just going to run. Okay. The pinky is gorgeous. It turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, it's a nice contrast.
Yeah.
They're all great, really, but
They're all really cool.
yeah, just different.
Oh, let's put our ring on, our inspiration of this whole thing. That's nice.
Yeah, it's quite a match, isn't it?
It is. It's beautiful. Oh, let's check out the thumb. Oh, let's top coat the thumb. Remember, it's kind of plain, but it has something. It has something, I think. Let's check it out. I didn't put any glitter in it. You know, I like testing it almost like for a different kind of design, maybe. Huh.
Well, it looks really good. I just don't know about the spot where you can see the natural nail through.
Yeah, no, I would definitely shorten that if I was to do this. Oh, you know what?
I'd glitterize it, cover it with glitter.
Well, that's obviously what we could do to get rid of any. Glitter covers everything. But I like this because it has shown us something we could do. Think about it at Halloween time, for example, right? You could do red streaks like bloodshot eyeballs. Maybe cool. It's just a technique, right? Just we can learn from it. Okay, well, I think it's time for the reveal pictures. So I just want to note the difference. I prepared this hand to make it look pretty for the video, but I just wanted to show you the difference. This hand here, the shorter one, is gel polish. The gels, or the glitter, added to the top. And it's just like polish secured and you just nuke it or gel or nail polish, whatever you want. So you can see it's quite cute. But look at the difference when you put it inside of the nail. You build it in, right? You build it in the structure of the nail. The difference is quite strong. It's cute on the little one, but the longer one, the one where it's built in, gives you much more dimension. It's much more detailed. I personally love it. This is exactly the kind of thing we'll be learning structure to nail art and everything in between. May 6 to 8, my workshop in Vancouver, and joining us will be Jenny B for a day to show us more nail art and tricks and tips that she wants to share her secrets with adding bling. All the information will be in the description box below. Thanks for joining me.